This is Jared from Commit Quality, and in this video we're going to go over Teardown in Playwright. So what if after all of our tests execute, we want to tear down and clean up our resources? Well, we can do this directly using the Teardown project in Playwright. So I've got this repo set up. It's actually a GitHub repo as well, so I'll put a link into the description so you can follow along with where I am in my starting point, and we can do it all together as well. So basically, how this is set up is I have a global setup file which is going to log in for me, which gives me access to kind of edit and delete everything. And then in my test, I'm just saying go to commit quality, and we've got this assertion here. It doesn't really do anything, but I want you to imagine that when we've gone to commit quality, so let's open this up. When I've gone to commit quality, I want you to imagine that we added all of these products as part of our test. We've asserted everything we expect, and then after the test is run, what we want to make sure is that we've deleted everything we added. Now, of course, with commit quality, everything is local. So as soon as you refresh the page, everything will come back to normal. So completely fine. And we've got this hard-coded list here originally of the products we have. If you imagine is we have a bunch of tests which have added loads of products. And then at the end of everything, we want to execute this global teardown, which is going to delete all of our tests. So let's get into doing that. Like I said, we already have the base, so we can actually run npx playwright test. Hit enter just to make sure everything is working as expected, first of all. So you've got the login there, which happens in the setup. Now, if you're not sure how login has executed as part of this, I'll put a link onto one of my previous videos where we go over global setup. But just a high level of it, in the Playwright config, we have this setup project, which the Chromium project here is using as part of the dependency. So we say in every time we run Chromium project, we want to make sure that this setup is being executed. So actually what we should be doing is saying project equals Chromium, because then that does only execute the Chromium project, which has this project called setup as a dependency. Perfect. So we know everything's working. Like I said, if you want to know more about global setup, I'll put a link in the description to my setup video. Now then, I guess what we want to do with this teardown is we want to say basically a new test, which is going to go to the page and delete everything on the page for us. So I'm going to use the same kind of setup I did with global setup. I'm just going to copy and paste this, and I'm going to rename the file, and we'll call it global teardown, which makes sense. Perfect. We can obviously rename this to, let's just call it cleaner. And we want to go to commit quality, and we're going to want to click the show more button. So if I just refresh this, we want to click the show more button. So we've got data test ID here. And then when we logged in, so I'm not logged in yet, so let's put test as the user and password. What we want to do then is click all these delete buttons. We'll of course already be logged in because that's what we've done as part of our global setup. What I'm going to do here then is let's just delete all of this because we don't want any of that. And we'll say await page.getByTestID. And we'll say show more button. And of course we want to click it. Otherwise it's not going to do anything. We then want to get all the rows in this table so we can get each one individually, then click the delete button. So we can say const rows equals await page.locator, and we'll say tbody tr, and we want to get all of them, so we'll use the all method. Now what we've done here is we've essentially just said here's the tbody, I want to get each table row of this body of this table, and then inside that we'll do a loop which will basically say click on each delete button. So let's say for say index equals 0, index less than rows.length, and then this can go, and we basically just want to say await page dot, I believe the text was just delete, wasn't it? So that should be okay because we shouldn't have anything else. We'll say delete, get the first one each time, and click it because the table will update after every time we click. So essentially what I've said here is go to commit quality, good spot there because we didn't want login. So if you did copy what I did, make sure you remove the login at the end. So we go into commit to quality, we get in the show more button and clicking it. We say grab all of the rows in the table and then loop over each row and click the delete button of each one. So it should essentially just do this and we should be left with no products found. And of course we could add an assertion, but what I'm going to do just to keep it simple, I'm just going to add an await page.pause here. And let's execute it and see what happens first of all. So I'll put it in headed mode because that will allow the page to pause. But what we are going to see is it's actually not going to pause because you can see here 2 tests have run using one worker. That was the global setup and it was the teardown spec. This file, this test, hasn't been executed. If you've watched my global setup video, you'll know this isn't everything we have to do. Now what we have to do is we have to set the global teardown as a project in here so we can reference it when saying, if we're using, say, this global setup or this project, we basically want to say use the teardown. So what I'm going to do is under here, I'm going to copy this project and we're going to rename it. So let's just name it Teardown. Of course, you can name this whatever you want. But I'm going to say Teardown. The test is in this test directory here because you can see this is the top level, so that will be fine. The test match needs to match the name of our file now. So let's say global Teardown, which is this one here. So you could just copy this and paste it into the test match. And what I also want to do is I want to make sure that when we use this teardown, we're in our authenticated state. So what I'm going to do, simple, same as kind of what we've done down here, actually, I'm just going to say use. And then we want to say storage state, and we want to use the storage state that these other tests have been using. So let's copy this one. So this is the state that gets generated as part of our global setup file. So if we go into it, you can see here, that's the state of being logged in. And then what I want to do is there's a new property being added to the projects called Teardown. And what we can say is every time we reference this global setup, we can say we want to call on Teardown at the end of everything. You could also put it into the other projects, but it makes sense if you're using your setup in your other projects, put your Teardown in the setup project. So if I say teardown, and this is going to be the name of the project we want to use to tear things down. So in this case, I've named it teardown as well. So we'll take that and put it here. And that should be it now. What we should see is the global setup will run because we're running the Chromium project, which has the dependency of setup. Because setup has been executed, we've said we want to make sure that the end of all of our tests, we want to run this teardown, which means at the end of everything, of course, we only have one test, but let's imagine we had more, which added loads of products into that table. Right at the end, we would run this project, which is, of course, going to run the code, which will delete everything. We haven't actually checked the code yet, but I'm hoping there's no obvious errors. So let's run it and see what happens. Once again, I'm putting it in headed mode, so we'll be able to see it all. You can already see that there's now 3 tests, so that's a good sign. You can see teardown is being executed, and what we've got now is they've all been deleted. So tell you what we'll do, we'll close this down. Well, we'll continue. Everything passed, of course, because we haven't got any assertion, so we know the code worked. But what I'll do is I'll put a page.pause here as well. Which, of course, what you could also do is run this in UI mode, and you could see it. You could go back on all the previous historic steps that have run, which probably would have been a better idea to do. But I've already put the pauses in now. So let's drag this back over here. What you can see is the show more button has been clicked. You can see all the computers. Now, if we click continue, you can see they've all been deleted, and we're left with this nice new state now where, let's imagine we originally had no products, we added some as part of our test, and now we're back in that state of we have no products. Excellent. And that's the benefit of the global teardown. Because you made it to the end of the video, I'm going to add all of my changes. Well, actually, first we're going to switch off because we're on the main branch. I'm going to switch to end of video. Let's just check the status. So we've got everything added in there. I'm going to say git commit fully finished video. copy this and paste it. There we are. So what I've actually done as well is I've pushed a new branch called end of video, which will have this solution, the finish solution. So even if you couldn't get something, if you were having troubles with anything, you can go to my GitHub, which I'll put a link in the description, and you can check out this version of the branch. And this should be the finished solution where we've got the teardown working, as you've seen in this video. As always, if you do have any questions or comments, please drop them down below. A like and subscribe is appreciated, and thank you for watching.